My name is John Underwood, and before we dive into the 3 books that I selected for our diversity project, I want to go over why it's important to use multicultural books in a classroom. Diverse literature is used as a tool to aid in opening students' minds as well as helping them understand diversity in the classroom and the world. Multicultural books also strengthen student understanding as well as build respect of differences, which is very important. The first book I selected is Something Beautiful by Sharon Dennis Wyeth. The summary of this story is a little girl wants to see beyond the scary sights of the sidewalk and the scribbling in the halls of her apartment. When her teacher writes the word beautiful on the blackboard, she decides to look for something beautiful in her own life. I would use this book for any age, and the lesson is to find the beauty in everything. An activity I would use for this story, I would use this to introduce characters and their actions and what they do throughout the story. You could also use this for a creative writing piece to have students write about all the beautiful things in their own life. The second story I selected is one of my favorites, Crown, an Ode to the Fresh Cut by Derek Barnes. The summary for this one, it's a rhythmic read aloud as a celebration of the way boys feel after they leave the barber's chair. I love the lesson of this story because when you look good, you feel good, and self-worth is everything. An activity I would plan for this story, I would use this during social and emotional learning. You could also connect this to poetry and have students write and illustrate their own stories. And lastly, the third book I selected is Apartment Number 3 by Ezra Jack Keats. I would use this story for probably 2nd grade to 6th grade. And the lesson of this story is everyone is different. Do not judge someone based on their differences. And here's the summary. In his apartment in the city, Sam hears voices, barking dogs, snoring, and all kinds of other noises. One rainy day, he also hears the sad sounds of a harmonica, and wonders who could be playing it. An activity I would use for this story, I would use this for sequencing, having students go over first, next, and last. You could also use a graphic organizer to help students do this. Another great idea would be to tie this story to social and emotional learning by connecting it to spreading kindness as well as making friends with everyone. So I hope you guys enjoyed my 3 stories on diversity. I think they're very powerful, and I hope you guys get to use them in your classroom one day. Thank you.